Good evening, everyone. Just get this set up. Boop, 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 boop. Ooh. How's everyone doing tonight? Let's just fix this. A little crooked. If you're coming on, come say hello. Come say hi. Hey, Kim. I got my pen in case there's a pen drop, because you never know. You know how I love my pen drops. If you're coming on, come say hello, come say hi. Let me know you're there. I'm super excited for tonight's live. This is going to be an information-packed, hey Julie, a informational-packed live. I mean, I could probably call this almost a masterclass or a webinar. Like, that's how much stuff we're going to be covering tonight. So I hope you're ready. If you're coming on, please go grab a pen and a pencil and a piece of paper, because you're definitely going to need it tonight. Hey, Lindsay, you're definitely going to need it tonight, because we are going to go deep with branding. And I'm literally giving you what I do with my clients. Like, this is exactly trademarked. Like, this is my trademark program, that when I bring someone on for a one-on-one client, like, this is the exact steps that we go through. So that's what we're going to go over today. We're going to go over all of that stuff. Hey, Nadine, we're going to do a Q&A at the end. So just get yourself ready, because it's going to be, hey, Wendy, it's going to be a lot of info and a lot of fun, and I'm super excited about it. So with that being said, if you're coming on, come say hi. Please share this with your followers. Hey, Kirsch. Please share this with your followers. Feel free to comment if you have any questions while the live is going on. I'm more than happy to answer them. We're also going to have a Q&A at the end. So feel free to save your questions for then, but please feel free to comment during this. And like I said, feel free to share this with your followers and let people know that I'm on. And if you feel like anyone needs to see this too. All right, so with that being said, let's get started. How's everyone doing tonight? Thank you so much for coming on. So let's just get a show of likes. I would say a show of hands, but that doesn't really make sense. A show of hearts, right? If you at any point in time have felt unsure about your brand, unsure about what branding even means. I'm hangry. Oh, Nadine. Thank you for sharing, Nadine. Hey, Stephanie, what's going on? But if you've ever felt confused in regards to your brand, what you should be doing with your brand, things like that, please press the like button. Let me know if you've had difficulty with that, questions with that, anything of that nature. All right. So let's just get right into it. So I think the majority, hey, Ashley, what's going on? So I think the majority of people think that branding itself, right, brand means visual, right? They think it means a logo, right? For instance, like, they think like this is the brand, or they think that like this is a brand, right? So they look at logos, they look at coloring, and they say, oh, this is branding, right? A lot of people think it's just the external, that it's all this. And from what I see on Facebook, from what I see when I'm scrolling through, from what I see just from talking to people, is that they don't understand what brand actually is, right? What branding actually is. And I wanted to call this live the House of Branding, because I truly believe when it comes to building your brand and building your business, it's just like building a house. It really is just like building a house, okay? That is what your brand is. That is the process of how your brand is. So your brand in general, right, is not just a logo, right? It's not just a logo. This is not just a logo, right? Horizon. All right, let me lose House of God. Yes, seriously. Let me use Poland Spring, right? A lot of people use Poland Spring. So a lot of people just say that the brand is the logo, right? But your brand is so much more than that. Your brand is the emotional presence, right? Hey, Alicia, your brand is emotional. It's what you make people feel. So yes, the external part, the logo, the colors, the fonts, all that stuff, your website, yes, that is a very important part of your brand, of your house, right? But I want you to think of like your colors, your logos, all of that stuff as the paint, the couch, the kitchen, the furniture. All of that is equivalent to your logo, the paint, all of that. That's the same thing, right? External stuff. What makes your brand stand out, hey Arthur, what makes your brand stand out, guys, is breaking down the emotional component of your business. What does your business stand for? I love the quote. I forget who it was, but I'll use this example and then we'll move on to like the actual building. Think of your brand like this. When you walk into a party, right? And you're like, hey girl, hey, you're walking in, you're saying hi to everyone, and you meet a couple of your friends and you're like, what's going on? How you doing? Right? And then you're like, oh shoot, I got a meeting, I gotta go. You turn around and you walk out. And your friend Sally goes to your friend Mary, hey Sally, who was that? And Mary goes, oh, that's Nikki. You know, she does this and she does that, and she really is passionate about blah, 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 and she's transparent, and they just go on, right? Your brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room, okay? Let me just repeat that again. Your brand is what people say when you're not in the room. It's how you make people feel. Think about Campbell's soup. Think about Coca-Cola. Think about Apple. Think about Nike. All right? It's how it makes you feel, right? If that makes sense, press the like button. Let me know if that makes sense. And we'll keep going. Press that love button. Let me know if that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense. Press that like button before we move on. Yeah, that makes sense? Okay, great. So I'm going to show you guys an example of right on, how you make people, exactly, Stephanie. So I'm going to show you an example, a really great commercial that just came out that GE, right, the company GE just put out. Now this company, hey Michelle, this company, this video is called Ideas Are Scary, right? So GE, we all know what GE is, right? They're the stoves, they make the kitchen appliances and everything. I'm going to switch this around and I want you a minute long. That's it. It's called Ideas Are Scary. Just watch it.
Ideas are scary. They come into this world ugly and messy. Ideas are frightening because they threaten what is known. They are the natural-born enemy of the way things are.
Hey, Jessica.
Yes, ideas are scary and messy and fragile. But under the proper care, they become something beautiful.
Imagination at work. Boom. All right. Okay. So, sorry about that, guys, but I just wanted to show you that commercial because it does something. So, now that you guys watched the commercial, I want you to write in the comments, what did that commercial make you feel? Tell me what emotions that commercial made you feel. Write in the comments right now. Comments right now. Write down, what did that commercial make you feel as you just watched it? Whether it made you feel sad, inspired, whatever. Write it down in the comments. You have like 20 seconds. 20 seconds to let me know how that made you feel. Let me know, let me know, let me know, let me know. Write it down, write it down, write it down. Comment, comment, comment. Because I know for me, watching that video inspires me. That video touches me. That video makes me feel something. Now, GE, right? GE sells appliances. GE sells refrigerators. GE, hey Rosella, GE sells stoves, okay? Inspired to be creative. I love that, Stephanie. Thank you for commenting. I appreciate that. GE sells appliances, right? But look what they just did. Look what they just did. They created a commercial. They created a commercial that made me feel something. Hey, Laura, made me feel something other than just creative doesn't have to be weird. Exactly. I love that, Stephanie. I love that. I love that. I missed the end of it. I'll watch it again after. No problem, Jessica. All good. Hey, Dana. All good. It can be scary with a new idea. You're not crazy. Yes, exactly, Julie. It made you feel something, right? So I'm more likely, because that elicited an emotion out of me, I feel connected to that because I've been there. Ideas are scary, and I want to buy a product from someone who understands that feeling. Boom! Do you see the connection right there? Do you see the connection right there? Right? They created something about their consumer, right? They want their consumers to understand that new ideas are scary, but we love new ideas. And that, for me as a consumer, I'm like, yes, I love new ideas. I want to buy something from GE. They didn't sell a damn thing in that commercial. They didn't sell a damn thing in that commercial. Not one appliance was in that commercial. Not one appliance was in that commercial. Okay? They hate Autumn. What's going on? So I just want you guys to identify with that and understand, like, that is branding right there. That is branding right there. All right, so let's break this down. Let's break this down now. Now that we have an idea of what branding is, it's the emotion that you feel. So the first step in building your brand, right? The first step in building your brand is building that foundation, okay? Building that foundation. Hey, Jessalyn, how are you doing? And I know so many of you have heard me talk about this, but let's just break this down, this first step. Building that foundation. So what does that mean? Looking at a brand as a house, right? This is the best example that I could give you. Thank you for sharing. This is the best example that I could give you. When you're building a house, right, and you don't have a firm foundation, what happens when a storm comes through? When a storm comes through, that shit goes down, right? Hey, Linda, that shit goes down, right? If you don't have a firm foundation on your house, it goes down in the first storm that comes through. But if you take the time to build a firm foundation with your house, it doesn't matter what storm comes through, it's gonna stay strong. It's gonna stay strong because the foundation is there. How does that relate to your business? And how does that relate to this first step? So many of you skip this. So many of you just go straight to the colors, straight to the logo, straight to the fonts, right? And you don't concentrate on what your core values are. What is it that your business stands on? Okay? What is it that your business stands for? Your core values are everything. So breaking that down, a passion statement, right? I used to call it a power statement, but you could also call it a passion statement. What is that? That is like a one-liner that tells people who you work with, right? Hey, oh, thank you, Jessica, for sharing. Hey, Trip, who you work with, and then what the end result of working with you is. Okay, so I'm going to repeat that again. Your passion statement is who you work with and the end result that person gets. So, for example, my passion statement is I help female entrepreneurs find power in their bodies and their business. Boom. Simple, sweet, done. I made that up. I made that passion statement up because I found when I would go to family events, hey Teresa, when I would go to networking events and people would ask me, what is it that I do? And then I say I'm a social media and branding strategist or I'm an entrepreneur. They look at me like I have 10 heads. So I was like, what if I started with telling people what it is I'm passionate about? What is it I'm passionate about? What would their reaction be? And it actually starts a really great conversation versus you just being on defense, right? You just being on defense. It really shows, hey, Teresa, it really allows people to want to know more versus just being on defense, okay? So coming up with your passion statement. After that, it's breaking down your mission and your how. What is that? So that's giving people an actual breakdown in a way, and I usually keep it at 3 steps, but a breakdown of how you're actually going to work with them. So what does it look like when someone works with you? So once again, an example for mine, right? An example of what I would do if someone says, okay, so what is it that you do? Okay, I help female entrepreneurs shine and find power in their bodies, in their business. Okay, well, what does that look like? Well, basically what I do is I first bring on and identify what is it that they are blocked on, right? What is that block? What is holding them back? Why is it that they don't feel confident? After that, I work with them on creating the foundation of their business, what their business stands on, what their core values are. After I do that, I help them really bring their vision and their voice onto social media and onto a visual platform so more people can see them. And then after that, the last part is really just breaking down the pieces of their business so then they can monetize and build an even stronger business in the, throughout the year. Boom, you have an exact visual of who I work with, what the end result is, and the process that I do, right? The process that goes into it. So that is what I want you to think, guys. That is that first step, right? That is that first step. And listen, if you don't got a pen and paper right now, you better be writing this down, boo-boo. You better be writing this down because this is really important stuff, okay? So that's step 1. Guys, if you're still with me, press that love button. Actually, yeah, press that love button. Let me know that you are there still. I know this is a little long, but I promise you, this is worth listening to, okay? So second step, right? Second step is building the knowledge. So we build the foundation, right? You're building the foundation. You have your power statement, your passion statement, your mission, and your how. Then you're building the knowledge, right? What does that mean? That means social media platforms and their functions, your content, and your voice, right? So this is the second part. So we just built the foundation, right? Our foundation is done. Exactly, Teresa. Simple and sweet. Our foundation is done. The next part is building the knowledge. This is where it comes up for you, right? Knowing which platforms work best for you. Is it Facebook? Is it Instagram? Is it Periscope? Is it Snapchat? What is it? What is it that's going to work best for you and that's going to reach your clients? I can't even tell you how many people I talk to on a daily basis who are wasting time on platforms that they shouldn't be on, or they think that they have to be on every freaking platform there is. And that's not the case, guys. You need to do your research and you need to find out where your clients are hiding and how to speak with them, right? Figure out, it's all about self-awareness. It's figuring out what you do best, your strengths. For me, video is my strength. So I rock the hell out of Facebook Live, and then I rock the hell out of Instagram. And now Instagram has Instagram Live. So that's even better for me, right? So anything with video, I utilize, right? I could be on Pinterest. I could be. Hey, Sandy, I could be, but I don't really want to waste my time because I don't really think that my ideal client is on there, right? Could I do it? Could I build it on there? Yeah, but I'm not really interested in that because I'm self-aware. I know what works for me. So that's the second part, is social media platforms, their function, and then coming up with content, right? So let's just break that down really quick. And that kind of moves into building trust, right? So let's just go into the third step and we'll talk about content there. So it's building trust, guys. It's your strategy. Oh boy, strategy. This word, for some reason, scares the heebie-bejeebies out of people, and I do not know why. You bring up strategy and people are like, oh my God, like flipping out. And I don't understand why, because when you don't have a plan, when you don't have a strategy, that's when things go crazy, right? So really taking a step back and thinking to yourself, okay, I'm going to plan content, right? The easiest way to plan content, and I hate when people are like, oh, I don't know how to put content. What do I do for content? I have no content. Oh my goodness. No. There is content everywhere. If you know who your ideal client is, right? If you have an idea who your ideal client is, my friend, you have content. Sit back and I want you to think about, what is your ideal client struggling with? What are their pain points? What are they thinking to themselves that they're having trouble with, right? I know for Jessica, right? Jessica does makeup, and she sells makeup, and she does great makeup tutorials. Really thinking about, right, taking that next step and thinking to herself, okay, what are my clients' pain points? What are they suffering with? Are they having trouble with a smoky eye? Maybe they're a stay-at-home mom and they're super busy and they want to learn how to do a quick 15-minute makeup tutorial. Maybe I'll do a Facebook Live on that or a blog on that. Hey, Tatiana, right? So thinking about what your clients' pain points are, what is it that they're struggling with, and then writing that all down. I want you to write a whole list of what your clients' pain points are. Really thinking to yourself, what is it? What is my client saying right now that they're like, oh God, I don't know about that. Like, I don't know how to do that. Write that down, and guess what? That is your content. That is your content. You literally form your content around your client's pain points and then your story, right? Your story, your pain points. There you go, Tatiana. I need to learn how to put on lashes. There you go. But it's really, and then formulating what your story is. I love this pointer I've learned from you. It's a huge, yay, awesome, Jessica. Good, I'm glad. So it's really just breaking down your story, telling people your story, and then your client's pain points, right? So those are two essential ways, guys, that you can really build content, okay? Let's go on to the fourth block. But before we do that, are we still good? We're good to go. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know. Listen, I so appreciate all of you because I know this is a really long live. But I promise you, this is so worth it and I'm having so much fun. Okay, so let's talk about creating the frame and the structure. So just to recap, we talked about building the foundation, right? Building the foundation, building the knowledge, building the trust, and now we're creating the frame and the structure. What does that mean? That is your program structures and your options, okay? What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is when you're coming up with your program structure, you should have a small, medium, and large program set. Now, this is about online coaching, so depending on what your industry is, this could change, but I'm always a big believer in having a small, medium, and large option, whatever business that you're in, right? So once again, let's use what I'm doing, right? So I have a small option. That's a 2-hour intensive, okay? That's a 2-hour intensive with me. I have a list of things that you could pick, what you need help with, all from social media strategy to branding to audience building, all of that stuff, right? That's $4.95. So that's my small package, right? So that's 2 hours. Then I have my medium package. That's my medium package. So what does my medium package look like? That is a 6-week program, right? That's a 6-week program, kind of what I'm going through with you right now, that helps you build the foundation and basically build the foundation for your business, right? In those 6 weeks. Then and that goes for $2,500, right? And then I have my large package, right, which is $3,500, which is the 6-week package that I just talked about, but that allows me to put a website in there, so I design a website for you, and I design a logo for you, right? So I have my small, medium, and large, and then when I break away from that and I have my options, I have my courses that I do, I have my master classes that I do, and then I have my masterminds, okay? And then I have my passive income as well. So I want you to look at all those options that I literally just broke down for you. Small, medium, large, and then I have my courses, my master classes, and my masterminds, right? So really just breaking it down and figuring out what that structure looks like. And literally, like, I break it down into bullet points so I know exactly what I'm going to be working with someone when it comes to that stuff, okay? So that's that step 4. Now, we're almost there, right? So we built that foundation. We have everything basically, the exterior is not up yet, but everything is standing up, right? The foundation is strong. Now we get to create the exterior, which is the fun part, right? This is the fun part. So this comes down to the visuals, the pictures, the logos, what colors bring you alive, what fonts make you go woohoo, right? What makes you like jump out and really want to put yourself out there. This is exterior is really important too, because this is what's going to get people to catch your eye, right? This is where graphics come in. This is where pictures come in. And I'm a huge advocate for pictures and getting professional pictures done, because at the end of the day, right, when you look at a website, you're not saying, oh, wow, the structure on this website, all the call to actions are just beautiful. No one's looking at that. They're looking at the pictures, right? They're looking at the pictures. Now, I know you're probably thinking, well, Nikki, I don't have the money to spend $700 on a photographer. That's fine. Go on Groupon. When I first started, I milked the shit out of Groupon. And I was able to get really affordable photography for really, really cheap. I even reached out to some newer photographers because they always had really great deals. And I was able to work with them, sometimes even for free, as like a bartering type of system. So I did that as well. And then I just grew and grew and grew and grew to the point where I have my own camera now, and I take my own pictures and I do my own photo shoots because I just want to have content with me at all times. So really, I think one of the biggest investments that you can make are really great photos. I'm such a big advocate on that. Okay, so last but not least, my friends, is step 6, which is move in. What? We moving in our house. This is it. This is the last step, moving in our house, right? You're moving in. What does that mean? So that really means being able to sit down and strategize now, being consistent with strategizing what each month looks like, what each quarter looks like, being able to give yourself goals and organizing yourself, creating systems so you don't get overwhelmed, so you're not like, what's going on? It's getting an accountability partner. It's being able to look at group programs and saying, oh, I could use this, I could use that. I don't need this, I don't need that. I need MailChimp, right? It's creating those systems and feeling more comfortable in your business. The more you're able to inform yourself and be able to create a schedule, create a system, the better that you are. Trust me, guys. I've been there. I have done that. I tried my best to be able to be like, I could just breeze through this. No. Systems are everything. Spreadsheets are everything. And I've been able to teach myself how to do that stuff because it was necessary for my business. Okay? So literally, we just broke down the 6 steps on how to build your brand. Like, that was it, right? Hold on one second, guys. I have a visitor. But let me know if that makes sense. I'm doing a live. Please don't make noise. So let me know, guys, if that makes sense. If you have any questions, feel free. We're going to open up for Q&A right now. Oh, thank you, Julie. I'm so glad. We're going to open this up to Q&A right now. So if you have any questions in regards to branding, in regards to your business, in regards to creating visuals, anything like that, now is the time to ask. So, hey, Laura, what's going on? So I'm going to give you guys some time right now. We have about like 5 minutes. If you have a question in regards to your brand, in regards to social media, visuals, building audiences, now is the time to ask. This is like a free coaching session right here. So feel free to ask me. I'm here for you. What if I've been in biz for 3 years? Start step 1. So, Julie, if you've been in business for 3 years, and it depends on where you're at in your business, right? If you feel like you've been in business for 3 years, yet you're still like really, really struggling with getting your voice out there, getting your message out there, then yeah, I would start at step 1. I would start at step 1 and really identify what your core values are, what your passion statement is, your mission, your how. You know, when I talk about core values, it really is breaking down 4 core values. So that's what your core values stand for. So thinking about what is it that you want people to know about you. So for me, like my core values are femininity, energy, freedom, and entrepreneurship. Like those are the 3 things that, and empowerment, I mean 5, whatever. But those are the 5 things that like my brand stands on, right? Whenever I post something, whenever I talk about something, whenever I'm at a meeting, whatever, that's the idea that I want people to have. That's the feeling that I want people to feel every single time they talk to me. If I don't know my core values, I don't know my business. I don't know my audience. So yeah, I would say, Julie, if you're really, really struggling with your business and with your voice and getting content out there, go back to step 1. Go back to step 1. Jacqueline, what's the recap? What do you mean, what's the recap? Did you want me to recap like the steps? Hey, Laureen. Anyone else have any questions? We have like 2 more minutes and then I have to make dinner. Or I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm just kidding. Commentary. Any other questions, my friends? And we'll just go over recap right now. So recap would be building your foundation. That means your passion statement, your mission statement, your target market, and your how. Building the knowledge, right? That's step 2. Social media platforms and their functions. 3, building trust, social media strategy. Creating the frame and structure, that's 4, that means your programs. Creating the exterior, that's the visuals, the pictures. And then moving in, and that means strategizing for the next year, figuring out your systems, your spreadsheets, and stuff like that. So that would be the breakdown of the 6 steps. Nikki, I'm a promotional products advisor and I am just starting out. What social media would you say would best fit my business? Well, you know, Ashley, it depends on what type of products I know you said promotional products. If I were you, I would definitely think about obviously Facebook, but more importantly, Facebook Live, and being able to educate people on your products, showing them how the products work, I think would be really, really great for you, just so it could prove to people that it works. And then I would go over on Instagram, and I wouldn't say to necessarily sell the products on Instagram, but creating a story, right? A story on Instagram. So really being able to document and people getting to know who you are through Instagram, and then using Instagram as a tool for people to trust you, and then you could go bring them on to sell the products to them. So does that make sense? So you're kind of using Facebook as a education tool, and then you're using Instagram as more of a storyteller, where people are kind of following, no problem, Julie, following your story, and then you're building it up from there. And you're building that trust to then sell them. So hopefully that, if you have any more, Ashley, if you want to get more in depth with me and tell me like what exactly your products you're selling, you can message me. And yeah, I have no problem answering any in-depth questions really quickly. That's fine if you want to do that. But with that being said, my friends, if you have any more questions, please feel free to write them in the comments. Please, please, please share this live. I know this was super long, but like really informative. I think a lot of people could use this. You need a seminar. I totally am going to do a seminar without a doubt. Without a doubt. Usually when I do speaking engagements, this is what I talk about. Like this is like my keynote speaking speech, is exactly this, is how to build a brand using a house. My work is all about self-love and authenticity. How can I push to put content out even if I'm not always feeling it? Okay, so this is the last question. I'll answer this one. So with that, you need to say to yourself, why is it that you're not feeling it? Right? Why is it that you're not feeling it? Is it because you're putting yourself too out there too many times? Is it because, I know we talked about consistency in a schedule, like it's really being honest with yourself and figuring out what works best for you. Maybe the platforms, the strategies that you're using aren't working, right? Maybe Facebook Live is a better alternative for you than doing Facebook groups. Maybe Instagram isn't working for you and Snapchat would be better for you. So it's really figuring out what is it about pushing content that you don't like, right? That you don't like. And then working backwards, right? Figuring out that emotion and then working from there and being able to identify, okay, this, no problem, Ashley, no problem. This is the issue. And then this is how I'm going to build content and push it out like that. So that means you're only pushing content out 3 times a week. That's fine. If that means that you're only pushing content out in a newsletter and a Facebook Live, that's fine. As long as it's quality content, you're good. But you have to find out what works best for you. It's what we talked about last night, self-awareness. It's so important. It's so important. But with that being said, I am going to go, guys. If you have any questions, I'm totally going to do a seminar. I'm glad that you guys are saying that because I'm totally going to do that. That might be what I usually do in December. Like every month I do a masterclass. So what that is like an hour, 90-minute, no problem, an hour to 90-minute masterclass or seminar on certain topics. So the last couple of topics have been on Instagram and Facebook and social media, but I think this month is going to be about branding. So if you guys are interested in that, please let me know. Obviously you guys are because you want a seminar. So I'll let you guys know when that's going to happen. It's only $10 for the master classes. So super, super, super affordable and a lot of fun. So yeah. Thank you so much, Jessica. Thank you for everything. All right, my friends, I am going to go. I will talk to you guys later. Please, good night. Please feel free to share this to your followers. I would really, really appreciate it. I will see you guys tomorrow night at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Stay tuned. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for the amazing comments. And, oh, thanks, Stephanie. I appreciate you guys. And staying on here for the entire time. I really, really appreciate you. And I love you guys very much. And I hope you have a great rest of the night. And I will talk to you tomorrow night, my friends. Love you all. Mwah. See you later.